Hello everyone, thought I would just make a quick video covering the Joint Operations 4 banner and whether you should pull. The answer is quite simple, yes you should pull, except under specific circumstances. I want to focus more on the value that this banner brings and why it is such a good banner. In fact, it's easily one of the all-time best banners in Arknights. Again, depending on your circumstances. So, first, Joint Operations banners are different from your regular banners. You can only pull the 4 featured 6 stars on this banner. You cannot pull anyone else. So it's a 25% chance, once you get a 6 star, of getting any of the 4 characters. So here we're looking at Schwartz, Saga, Phantom, and Surtr. All 4 of those characters are great. Surtr is one of the best units in the game, and Phantom is up there as nearly one of the best units in the game, especially once he gets his modules, and then later on he gets his upgraded module. Saga is really good at holding lane, and meanwhile Schwartz is a really good elite/boss killing unit because she's got a very strong focus fire with a high focus on ignoring enemy defense. So, should you pull on this banner? Absolutely. Especially if you don't have any of the 4 units featured. If, however, you have one of the 4, then it's still really worth it because it's a 75% chance of getting someone great. Once you get to having 2 of them, then it's a 50-50 of someone good, which is the same as a standard banner. The real determining factor is which of the units do you already have. So if you've already got Surtr, the value of the banner goes much down. The incentive to pull, I should say, because you've already got the best unit on the banner. However, if you're missing Surtr, then the value of the banner goes up. The only thing you could say about Surtr is that you can get her from the 6-star selector ticket, which happened recently, and I'm sure many of you are actually holding on to the ticket until you perhaps do some pulls here and see who you get, and then if you don't get Surtr, you're going to select her with the ticket. That's always an option. Next 6-star selector ticket, by the way, is in about 5 months, if you're wondering. So if you have Surtr, unless you've got pulls to spare, I don't recommend pulling because you've already got the best one, and maybe you don't want to get duplicates, although duplicates of one of the best units in the game is not too bad. Maybe you can go for at least 1 6-star pull. See what you get on the first 6-star pull. It'll depend on how many resources you've got, because remember, in a few months we've got Ling, and Ling is very strong, alongside Lee, who's also very strong. You do really want to have some good amount of pulls for that next limited banner. And of course, there is Gnosis, one of my favorite units, coming out very soon. Phantom, who is the second best unit on this banner, will be available in the Gold Certificate store at 2 banners from now, and not including the one with Silver Ash and Arc that's just about to start. Unless, of course, they change their minds, but there's no indication that they will. If you've already got Surtr, then I recommend you skip and you buy Phantom with the Gold Certificates. However, if you're starting from the bottom, where you've already got, say, Schwartz or Saga, and you're missing Phantom and Surtr, absolutely go for it. Go for at least 1 6-star and hope that you get one of the 2 better units. Worst case scenario, if you don't get Surtr, she is going to go gold in a few months. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get her over here, especially if you're on a budget. If you are someone without any of the units on this banner, absolutely fantastic. Go for at least 1 6-star pull, depending on who you get. So if your first one is Surtr, then stop. If you get Phantom, if you've got the budget, maybe go for a little bit more. Try get another 6-star. Because if you do get a Phantom duplicate, that is the best duplicate that you can get from this banner. Phantom or Saga, fast redeploys and Vanguards are 2 of the best unit types to have potentials on. However, of course, ideally you want to get a new unit rather than a duplicate. On the other hand, if your first pull is Schwartz or Saga, then feel free to keep going for another one. Of course, there's always that element of risk, right? So for every unit that you've got, that's a 25% chance more of getting another duplicate. So you have to weigh up the risks and how much budget you've got. So in summary, this is the simplest way of looking at it if you're a bit undecided. Let's suppose that you have the budget for at least 1 6-star pull. If you've got none of the 4 units, highly recommend you go for it. At least 1. If you get Surtr, then stop. If you've already got Surtr and you're on a budget, skip. If you don't have Surtr and you're on a budget, consider whether you are willing to hold off for a few months longer, and then you're just going to buy her with gold certificates. She was just in the Gold Certificate store not long ago on China, so you can always wait for that. Phantom will be going gold in a few weeks, so if he's your primary goal, I would skip and buy him, unless you want to buy somebody else as well, and you can't afford to do both. I would not use this banner to prioritize Schwartz or Saga unless you really want them, especially Schwartz, because Schwartz you can buy with gold certificates. She's in the rotation. She's not that far off from another appearance, so you can always get her that way. However, Saga is quite some ways off from going gold, and she's pretty good, but she's not one of those must-have units. So, but there is no real easy way to get her. So it's up to you on how much you want her and how much you like her. From a purely objective standpoint, there is no need to focus too much on getting Saga. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching this video. Sorry I haven't been making much content recently. There's a lot going on in my life, and I'm hoping to be able to do more quite soon. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.